Hi guys, welcome back to another Flatmates pod. I'm Soncha.
I'm Alexis.
I'm Basola.
I'm Kirsty.
And we don't live, we live together.
He picked my life out of the pit.
Welcome back, guys.
Hey. Welcome
You know, in
back.
my head, I was actually thinking like the yay needs to just stop. Like,
Why?
I just feel like it's so.
I like it.
Do you like it? Do
I
you
feel like it's
it?
needed because there's no energy right now. I feel like the energy is low.
Hey!
Woo!
I like it
And
because it's
only
like it kicks
because
it
when
off.
our intro
Oh,
video
fair
goes in, it's cute when it flashes out and it's like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Outnumbered.
Literally.
That's
Let's have a
happiness.
flatmate debrief. How's everyone feeling?
I'm great.
I'm tired, but
Yeah.
energy's coming.
Yeah.
Flowing.
Sorry.
I'm alive and well. I can't complain. Actually, just alive and well.
Good.
Can't
Any
complain.
lesson?
Yes, I've got a lesson. My lesson for this
Oh,
year.
you read it from? It's like you're reading from a
2025.
script.
Oh no! This is all from me. All from my head. Is to keep going, and keep going in the sense of you never know who is watching you.
Yeah, that's
You
very
never
true.
know the influence you have. You never
Mm.
know the impact of just the little things that you might do, might have. So just keep going because outreach is real.
Mm.
And on that note, you might just drop a little secret because this is a personal one.
Oh.
Like I say keep going because I literally got reached out today by the Black Tech Achievement Awards, and they were like, you
Wow.
Literally.
are highlighted like I can't remember what they said to me. It's even
Yeah, you should have
Like,
actually
wow.
wrote it, yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you
she
guys
did.
want to, I'll find it quickly because I
Yeah.
took a picture.
Of course.
Yeah, 'cause I literally told her screenshot it.
But they literally said we're reaching out because our editorial board has identified you as a strong candidate for the Black Tech Achievement Awards.
Oh, wow.
2025.
Literally.
Like,
Amazing.
guys,
No, wait, how did they like
Find you. That's what I was saying to her on the phone. I was asking her like a million questions like she knows.
Like, I was in the middle of just doing some hard work today. Hard work. And I
Wow.
just saw the message. I was like, me?
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, like, God is just good.
Amen.
wow.
Honestly.
That's good.
Literally, it
Love
shows how much your hard work and just resilience
Like,
in
even
your
just
field.
to be thought of as a nominee.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
wherever
yeah.
you get selected
Just
to
the fact
be
that they
one,
know you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
it just goes to show because I barely use that LinkedIn or anything. So if
Yeah,
they were
you
looking at
actually
me
do.
from LinkedIn, boy,
Something was glowing
like
over your
something
Yeah.
must have. I'd like God, yeah.
Isn't it?
Literally,
Just
people are
God,
watching
yeah.
you. You could have
You
been
don't
like,
know.
it could have been
You
someone,
don't-
one
you
of your
literally
colleagues or
don't
your
know.
managers or just conversations that have
True,
been had.
true, true. Yeah.
You have
People
no
put your name
idea.
forward
You
for
don't
it
know. And
as well.
when you pray that your name will be spoken about in rooms you're not in,
Yeah, it's
this
very
is just a living
important.
testament of that because
Amen.
nothing could have prepared me for that. I promise you.
It's
So
such a
that's
nice
beautiful.
testimony. It's so
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 beautiful.
wholesome.
That is proper wholesome.
Very
Yeah, you
nice.
never know. That's why even if like, because I used to be such a numbers person, like with my YouTube channel. Oh my god, if I'm not getting 1,000 views, everyone hates me. But like genuinely, as long as there's like 10 people, you don't know who that like
yeah.
one person could literally be anyone because
Like whoever
even
that
the-
Oprah person.
yeah, literally like I think
I can't remember who the
I
person
can't
is.
remember. I think it's someone from like one of them reality TV love programs. Like I don't know, he used to make videos on YouTube, and Oprah was watching his videos, and he only was
Wow.
getting like 20 views. by
Yeah,
the
and
way.
Oprah was one.
And Oprah was one because you know these people that can change your life. They watch YouTube just like we watch
isn't it,
YouTube.
isn't it?
Like,
What's
And
so
all it
suggested?
takes
Let me
is
just
the one.
Exactly.
the one, yeah.
Just the one. So
yeah, wow, keep
a
going.
big bus.
Literally, not the little one. That
one.
that big bus is really big.
Oh,
Hey,
no,
go
take
for
is your
it.
bag.
Literally, it's
That's
so
you,
good.
man. That's you.
and the
love
thing
that.
is, it's like it even goes back to self-sabotage because the way work has been feeling right now, it's like never would I have even thought that someone would be looking at me thinking this is someone that should be, because they told me to put myself down for the innovation champion of 2025. It's like, I need help myself. What am I innovating?
What am I innovating? Like, you should just say that, yeah.
I need help.
Nah, God is your
So
helper, man.
honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy, but it's good. It's amazing. God can do.
Proper like black tie dress, like you know.
Wow.
It'll be really similar to like how we basically went to FFG. So it's like,
Wow, yeah, that is
Oh,
going to
I
be a
love
big
that. You're
night.
first of many.
In it, first
that's
of
what I was
many.
thinking.
hey
First
man,
of many.
techies.
Yeah, I say
Tech crew.
Comment, congrats down below.
In it, every week we're congratulating Basola now. That was so good.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Oh, lovely debrief.
That was very cute.
So guys,
Back to you again.
today I wanted to ask and just kind of have a informal discussion about the rise of Christian
What?
influence.
Informal discussion.
English or what? Like discuss.
Exactly.
Discuss.
But
They give you a
informal.
question, they like
Yeah,
discuss.
discuss.
50 marks. But I think over like the last, I'd say maybe like 8 months, there's been a real rise of like Christian influencers, and I mean it's just really interesting to me because it's like I wonder what the prompt was for people, and it's like, yeah, just like wanted to get a feel of how you guys feel, if you've seen it, what we think about it, and like the positive and like negative impacts, I guess, of
Christian
like
influence.
Christian influence and Christian content, I guess.
I think that's so relevant now. Like, I agree. There's been a surge, like, over the last, maybe, I would say maybe a year, to be fair. Like, look, so many people who were already influencers
That's what I was gonna say.
are now, like, I wouldn't say they're Christian
Becoming
influencers. Like, that's too far. But they're, like, openly showing their faith.
Incorporating
Yeah.
their faith into like their content now a lot.
A lot, yeah. But and I think it's really nice to see. It's positive. In terms of there was something you said about the, like, why now, and loads of people. I was watching a video today, actually, and somebody that used to be one denomination of Christianity, he's now Catholic, and the interviewer, the interviewer was basically saying to him, like, why Catholicism type thing. And anyway, the quote that he used was that the sheep does not find the shepherd. Like, it's the shepherd that finds the sheep. So basically, like, you don't have to be, like, necessarily looking for God, but God will find you at the right
100%.
moment. Yeah. So I feel like nowadays there's just been, like, a surge in, like, the shepherd being God, just, like, literally find his sheep. I don't think people are, like, actually actively going out and looking for it and, like, thinking, I'm going to become a Christian influencer, I'm going to, like, get closer to God. I think that God's really just drawing people to him.
You think just more than before then?
Yeah, I think, I guess.
But then I'm thinking, is it like, are people's eyes just more open, as in like more mature in person and just realizing? Because would you think God is working less than he was before? Like, that's how it seems.
but I
Yeah.
don't think less.
I think it's more. Sorry, I think it's more of like us seeing the world as it is now. I feel like a lot of things are happening worldwide that people are just thinking like, we don't know what our next could be, so maybe this is now our now to find God. As in, like, because you think about it, all the things that have happened with like Ukraine and Russia, like sorry, I did politics, so this thing kind of is actually interesting to me. Like, we've been not on the brink of like a war, but we've been very close to a situation where we could have an outbreak of war, and none of us have lived through that. We've only seen it in history, so it's like that not prep, because it's not like like God is not a fallback plan, but I feel like people are like, sometimes I feel like
we're
No, you're
the
right.
climax of the world right now.
living in like the book of
Yeah.
Revelations basically, and everyone is just like it's just not even like a find God, it's like a switch on.
Yeah.
I also
I think
feel like
it's-
in general people go to God more if like they have no other option.
I was gonna
but
say
yeah,
that,
they
yeah.
have no kind of other option. So it's like I've tried everything else.
Yeah.
Like God is my only option. So I feel like loads of people, especially when we get to certain
Do you,
ages.
like, try other things in like other religions.
No, not religions. People try
Just living in the world.
like living in the world. Even
not
like
living in the world,
yeah, like just things that are more worldly. So it's like I've tried everything else and it's not working. God is my only option. Like
Not
people,
even just
not
think
the
that one,
only
just try to do it on my own.
by your own
Realise that
strength.
I can't.
So I feel like it probably is a lot of that. I'm not gonna lie. Like people mainly go to God when they don't have other everything else hasn't really worked. So I feel like that's probably it. And I feel like the ages, to be honest, I feel like it's a lot of people around our age, so we're seeing it. Do you get what I mean? Like in their 20s, so we're seeing it. So maybe it's also a period of life, period of time. When you come out of uni, like we've spoken about, it's a bit shaky, it's a bit rocky anyway.
I think people used to be shy of faith.
Even marriage, like
and not, like shy of faith in the sense like to like openly say that they're Christian, for example, because even like when looking now, like Justin Bieber, for example, like in his old music, he wasn't like openly a Christian. Whether he was even on his like in his faith at the time when he obviously became famous, compared to now that he's in his fame, but now he's openly like spreading the word of God. And like to think about the amount of influence that would have on other people as well. It's like he's unknowingly just probably saved like thousands of people. Like just based on the fact that he's in the public eye.
I think what Lexi said is a good example. They're like his seasons. Like now he's married. He's just had a child. So maybe it's just like when he was younger, it might have just not been as cool, or like he was selling the Justin Bieber.
yeah, even
of
before
then,
he got
do you know what
married, I
mean?
remember seeing an interview of them saying they're not living together until they're married. So I feel like
And
when
also,
you're
he's always been
shifting
Christian
into
as well. I know that.
when you're shifting into something new, you kind of have a different perspective. Like someone who's single and doesn't care to get into a relationship is not gonna be as serious about certain stuff. Really, if you get what I mean. But
I also think the more as you grow in life, like you're more aware of your core and what you, like your assignment is and your purpose and all these things. So you don't want to get to a point where you're wasting your time. So I think people become more aware of what
they're called to do.
And what they want to fulfill on this earth. And I think naturally you think it goes back to God, what am I supposed to do? So I think people go back to their first love. People go back and that's why that journey seems to just be starting, because people tried and stopped and tried and stopped and tried and stopped. Because probably a lot of the influences in the world that are now like boldly professing their love for Christ, they've always probably been in there or known it, but it's just more bold now because it's like, and plus I guess their platform, as your platform grows, so will your faith, like you would see the faith side amplified more because your platform is growing anyway. So as you're getting bigger,
as in like they're pointing back to God, as in they're pointing back to God for the. As your platform
is getting bigger, you're going to be sharing more.
Okay.
Like, if someone was watching you and you had like 12 followers, that you might not be sharing as much, but as your platform just grows and grows and grows, you feel more inclined to show more of your life,
of yourself as well.
So
Yeah,
it could have been there, but it just maybe wasn't
at the forefront.
But now it's like, oh, I'm like growing bigger.
I do get what you mean.
100%.
I think if that's a good example, like let's say like the current influencers, like when they first came out, let's say like their makeup influencers or like their fashion, they're gonna only want to do fashion content because they're gonna think, do you know what, this is what my audience is here for.
No one cares about anything else.
So it's not they're not doing behind the scenes, but I get what you mean. But then as they grow more, it's like now it's like probably their full-time job, so they can afford to actually show whatever because
and maybe the initial like fear of like, oh, like you said, oh, I just want to show makeup, I just want to show fashion, I just want to show music, but then it's like, let me try and put God in there. See what people say. But sometimes people don't like to put God out there because they just think, oh, one, it's going to lock off people that are not Christians or lock people that are not the same faith. Or they might just think, like, how will it be received? I don't want backlash. People know that that's one area that you probably get backlash for. And they probably just think, I don't want to do anything controversial. I just want to keep it like happy and just post on my But they're probably just getting that boldness because who cares?
No, and it is tricky though, because I think once you post a couple, I don't know, quotes about God, suddenly you're a Christian influencer. Like
no, literally.
Like,
and people are putting you on a pedestal and holding you to a certain thing.
Exactly.
They're definitely holding you to like what you posted. So like literally.
I think rightly so. Though.
If you post a scripture,
I agree.
If you're posting a scripture, all of a sudden you should be I don't
no, but I'm saying like you should be like held accountable. So if I posted something and then let everyone like I've done something like completely against that, let's say I was an influencer and I've
if it's completely against the scripture,
like,
no, I hear
like,
you.
I thought you stand for this. Because if I'm posting anything, it means I agree, I stand, or it's not something that's funny. But let's say
I get what you mean.
If I'm posting something, it means I agree with it, I stand with it. Do you know what I mean? That's what a repost.
Oh no, I know what you mean. But people will not even read the scripture and then like I don't know how to describe it and just hold you to as because you're posting Bible scriptures. I'm telling you, then all of a sudden you're meant to be like have never sinned, never do anything.
No,
do you get what I mean?
I get. But do you think that's okay? As in,
that's not what I'm saying.
No, but I'm telling you, that's what people do. Like they'll see, you might post that you go to church once in a while. You post scriptures here and there.
Let's say I posted like a scripture or a post or whatever. Like you know them quotes we see, and then the next day, like I posted something of myself doing something that's completely opposite. It's like, oh, I thought you.
No, that makes sense, but I feel like people they literally like Sandra said, they post 1-2 scriptures here and there, and all of a sudden they're not meant to like do anything wrong.
Oh,
like that's exactly how I feel like
that's
it is.
Anyone that's wrong.
I guess it. I think it also depends on how you actually put out your content though. Because for example, like Jada Wader's pod, like on her pod, like if you saw her pod and then you probably saw how she is in real life, you'd be thinking like these two don't correlate. But on her pod, what she actually does is she's very transparent about her journey. So it's like when someone is that transparent and then you see what they're posting on social media, it's like it's easier to understand because it's like she's saying that she's not perfect and she's still like she's owned that she's basically like still worldly. So it's like people can't. So it's like if people are holding her to anything, it's like okay, but you can also reference that she has publicly said that this is just what she's on and she's not perfect. So like, I think it depends.
I feel two ways about that. I don't know. I just don't know.
She doesn't just say she's not perfect though, but she says that she does have battles and she is on a journey. She's clear that she's on a that she does say that she has battles. She's not saying I'm not perfect and I'm in the world. She does say that she does have her battles and she's really working on it. She doesn't just say I'm not perfect though. I think that should be kind of put out there, because I feel like a lot of people can say, yeah, I'm not perfect.
Thank you.
It's a cop-out.
It's a thank you. That's what I was about to say. Because
Not Jada specifically.
have a
I just see her on
in
TikTok
general,
and I love them. You know,
Yeah.
I don't actually watch. I don't watch her pods there, but I actually like her and Des together. When I see like their little clips, I'm like, oh, nice friendship. Da, da, da. But like, I think it's a cop out to say, because it's like, I was going to use us as an example. I'm going to be very careful so I don't come back and eat my words.
Yeah,
but like, I think it's a cop out because to say like, I don't know, you. Someone else go. Let me try and find a way to articulate what
It's
I'm
not a
trying to say.
cop out because the thing is, I think I don't know if what you're trying to say is that people have that conviction anyway. So it's like everyone knows they're not perfect. So it's like, so why do you have to be like the extra not perfect person?
Not even that, like,
Okay, I tried.
No, I actually get that though.
Yeah.
But that's what I think. You say it's like, duh, like we
None
know
of us are.
none of us are
Yeah,
perfect.
that's
duh.
what
that's
so
it.
you now go in to say like, oh, by the way, I'm not perfect. You're leaving the door open. So if anybody sees you messing up, like nobody's gonna say nothing to you. Go, oh, because I said I'm not perfect. And then it's like you don't want to be reprimanded. You don't want to be like
Accountable.
and you don't want to
you don't want accountability.
try and do better. I think
Yeah.
that's my issue. I think that's where
Yeah.
what I'm trying to articulate that I'm struggling with. It's like you're not actively trying to change or do anything better. Let's Jade aside, but like for anyone, like it means you're not trying to do better because it's like, oh, I can do what I want, but be on this journey. But remember, I'm not perfect, so I can do whatever, but that's not okay.
Yeah.
Because the Bible even talks about like when you know something is wrong and you continue to go back and do it. Why should like he's a forgiving God, but like there's a certain point where it's like you're taking the mick.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I
you're
mean?
taking the mick,
And of course there's time for, or there's places where it's like, oh, it's hard, like we're all actively working on something.
Yeah.
Like I've got things I'm working on that I'm like, God help me, and I might go back and just like flop and like fall short again, and it's like, God, I'm really trying, like I need your strength. Do you know what I mean? But then there's like, imagine I didn't care about working on something or areas of my life, and I'm just like, oh, I don't care, like I'm not perfect anyway. I think it doesn't, you're not, I think it's a
just an
cop out in the sense that,
Yeah, I get what
because
you
you're
mean by the
not
cop-out.
actively trying to change.
the thing.
Yeah, and you might know something's wrong or you don't want to be doing something, but you're not actually trying to change because it's like, I'm not perfect.
Yeah, that it's also like an excuse of them to themselves. I don't think it's just a
So
cop
your
out.
nails are nice. I just see those nails.
It's not just
girls.
it's not just I don't think the cop out is mainly for other people. I feel like it's just themselves trying to
Within
protect
yourselves.
themselves. Yeah.
What do you mean protect? Like
Like it's like they're trying to protect themselves from like the reality of
Like
they just know they're judging themselves and
It's
being
like
as
they
hard
don't
on
even want to
themselves.
hold themselves accountable. So they're just they'll rather just be like, I'm not perfect. Like no one's
Yeah, I've
perfect.
done that before, boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah.
But it's just true and honest. But another thing is just like, I think someone said someone sees you messing up. That's another thing that's also annoying because it's like not everyone's messing. I don't know how to describe it. Like people, for example, people just see someone drinking they just see a drink in someone's hand, yeah, and they're seeing that they're Christian.
It could have been a Virgin Mojito.
Even it could have been a Virgin Mojito, or also it could have actually been, for example, an
It could have
alcoholic.
been an alcoholic drink.
Yeah,
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 I'm joking,
she-
yeah.
No, it also can be an alcoholic drink, but everyone's conviction is not the same. That's the one thing that I don't like. Like people just assume all of a sudden see someone who's Christian and they drink and they all automatically look down on
A
them.
drunkard.
Yeah, but it's not if you're completely drunk. Like,
But yeah.
no. But one cup, I'm sorry, I don't feel like it's the end. The way like
the way it's
outsiders
perceived, yeah,
and the
okay,
way
I get
it's
it.
perceived,
It
that's
shouldn't
what I
be-
don't
should
like.
be like, okay.
That's what I don't like. I can't lie. I don't think that's good. I feel like that's like people will do
Yeah,
that.
but
get
I
what
think,
you
I
mean,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
good in the sense that because it's like if you're someone because you don't know if that person used to have like 5 drinks and now they've gone down to 1.
I don't even think it's that. I just think
I do.
I just don't think people's conviction is like you have a problem with drinking, so you really need to stop. If you get what I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I feel
I
like
do get
so
that.
that's what I think people need to deep. You have a problem drinking, so
Right,
you
right,
really need to
right,
stop.
right.
That's not
Okay.
someone else's. Someone else's thing could be like they have sex a lot with different people. Promiscuity. That could be their thing. I feel like that's what
But the
people
thing
need to
is,
do.
I think that the word conviction nowadays is also a cop out as well. I think that people are like throwing around, oh, that's your conviction. Like I don't need to follow that. But like, let's say the second example you gave of somebody sleeping around and that's their thing. No, that's just a general Christian thing. Like,
Yeah, it's true.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that one is a general Christian thing.
I think it boils down to like bringing it back to what is actually just right and wrong.
Yeah.
And then what is now people are saying, oh, it's a conviction. Because even like the drinking thing, I know it doesn't strictly say like in the Bible, do not drink. But like alcohol is like, it's a spirit, like you're not being yourself at the end of the day. So I think pushing it off is like, oh, that's your conviction. No, maybe that person's having a conviction because it's leading them to the right thing, and it can also lead everybody else to the right thing. E.g.,
No, I do get
always being yourself, always being with God. If you're drinking even one drink, that one drink could take you one drink further away from God.
Yeah.
No, I do get that.
So,
I get both.
I get both sides.
Because but you're saying, but someone else would feel heavier on that because they've gone through like
Yeah.
drunkenness and like.
Do you get what I mean?
So now it's
Yeah.
like two extremes.
Yeah, and I feel like people do place their own things on other people.
Right,
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
I do feel like they do.
Projection
I do
is
feel like
big.
they project on other people. But I do
But
get exactly what you mean.
Yeah, it's just. Right,
but what would be an example of somebody putting their own thing onto other?
No, I genuinely
people.
think. I think the drinking thing is one. Even though I get what you mean, like it goes away.
But then I think that maybe that's because then you think that it's fine for Christians to just drink, basically.
Not to just drink and be like, oh, get mad drunk all the time.
Like if someone had the odd one, it
Yeah.
shouldn't be perceived as like.
It's the end of. They're perceived
like,
as
the person
like.
is like always drinking every day.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Yeah.
how it gets perceived straight away.
I get you, but then
I'm not gonna lie, but then I get what you mean.
that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes, it's that's what I'm saying.
But it's a hard thing. It's kind of a hard, well, not hard, but it's just one of them topics. Like I don't, because I get both sides. I understand. Like,
Where do you?
What do you mean
fall?
both sides?
where do I fall?
As in,
As in,
like,
I
she gets
thought-
my opinion and she gets your opinion.
Oh
As
yeah,
in, like, I probably fall in Lexi because I mean I've already come on this pod to say
you haven't.
I
yeah.
used that. I probably felt the conviction to drink more, but it's like I'm not cutting out because where I used to be with that is not where I'm at now. So it's like I have that power within me to be like, okay, if I just want one, I'm just gonna have one. Like if I want two, I'll just have two and stop. So not before that I couldn't stop, but it's like I don't think I just wanted to stop, which is why I just keep going.
Yeah.
But it's like now where I am, and this is just like personal to me, but it's like I can have one and stop, and it's like I don't.
As in, like, you like that you have that control and that
I just,
awareness
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Whereas before you don't feel like you do. And this is the thing. People won't see that though. They'll just see it and just be like, yeah, she's moving mad, she's Christian, and she's saying that she's Christian, but they wouldn't have seen that journey. But then it kind of goes back to like what you're doing outside and how you perceive, and you're the only person
That
of Christ.
someone can read.
Because I feel
Yeah.
like even a lot of places now, I would probably go, but I just can't be bothered to go because I can't be bothered to hear it. I'm going to be honest. Like, I can't be bothered to also hear it from other people as well.
Desiring it less.
Yeah, I know. I don't desire it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I also don't desire it. So I'm just like,
more, yeah.
I'm more not desiring. I don't
Desiring
care.
less, yeah.
But like, for example, we have friends who do events, and I would possibly go more to support. But then I'm just like, I can't be bothered because then people are going to be like, oh, this
So-and-so,
leader from
yeah,
so and so, blah blah.
100%,
I could literally go, not drink, not everything. I'll just be
But
there
still
to.
just being there, it just keep.
Do you get what I
like
mean?
a certain way. Yeah, of course.
No,
that's
just your
girl,
presence
yeah.
being there. It's like you know how many stories you can just come off the back.
No,
of it.
literally,
Yeah.
stories
So
will be
it's
made
just
up.
like-
It's long.
Yeah, and I hear.
But
Like,
then I also don't because like for example, like people that I don't know go to like lounges and whatever, like it's just that stigma. Because what I like the way I see things, like what you can do in a lounge, you can do in your house.
No,
No,
like,
no. Like, not to like a great extent,
like, just
but as
come
in-
on though.
that is true though.
No, but
No,
people
but
get
it's
but
no,
people
that's
get-
like-
It's not right
But
though.
I
It's
can
not
kill
right.
someone in my house. I can kill someone.
No,
outside.
I know.
Like, come on.
Okay, no, wait, go on. Land.
I can have sex outside of marriage. I can have sex
I'm
inside
not
of
going
marriage.
that far,
Like,
but
that's
as in-
basically
no,
what
but it's,
you're saying.
it's actually not.
Okay,
It's
now
actually
I'm
not. And I
thinking
think
a better point.
There's
It's like,
environments, you know this.
I think you should-
oh, you mean the
I
environment?
think you should
Okay,
let
yeah,
me
yeah.
land.
Okay,
That's all.
okay, yeah.
I think you should let me
The
land.
environment.
That's
No, because you
Remember,
said
I'm the
lounge.
pilot
You know
of
what it is?
my
It's because you
plane.
said lounge and not like club.
No, even if
I'm
you
trying to
said
figure out.
A club can
She was
turn
gonna
into
say the same thing.
a lounge can turn into a club.
It's not bad.
Oh yeah, that. Okay, no, I'm not thinking of that. I'm just thinking of small.
It's gonna be like in the club you can drink, at home you can drink. So it's wherever. It's what
No,
the
but
example
Oh,
she
yeah,
used
it's
alone.
I'm going on the thing about I'm going off like the drinking thing, innit? Because realistically, it's just
You can
like,
drink at
it's
home.
just a building that you go to gather and you know
Oh,
you
for
just have.
goodness sake.
Nah, but yeah, nah.
You know what it is, and this is
cut
another.
out.
This is what they'll do. Excuses. I think at the root of it all, in this conversation of like influencing the world, like influencers aside, like even we're all humans of influence to someone. We
Yeah.
can all be of influence to someone. So I think right at the end of the day, right is gonna be right and wrong is gonna be wrong. I do get the whole like, when somebody's on a like had a harder journey with like whether it's promiscuity, whether it's drinking,
Anything,
whether
any
it's
addiction.
lying, whether it's anger,
Gossiping,
bad temper,
anything,
gossiping,
yeah.
wherever it is, you go harder when you see other people do it naturally because it's like, I know how bad I used to experience that thing. And now I'm seeing others do it. I know that I want them to see them in the light. So you go
Yeah,
harder.
I think they're actually
It's
like
light, and
trying to
sometimes I feel
save
like
you
it's-
probably.
in
It's
that
also
thing, but then at
trigger
the same
to
time,
them
it
as well,
can,
though.
yeah, it can be a trigger. But then at the same time, I get how also someone could go out maybe with their friends, have a glass of wine, and it's like, oh, it's the end of the world. But then it's like, you as a person, if you felt like something was wrong and you did it, then it's like, but if you had, let's say, Lex had one glass, and it's like, she doesn't feel anything wrong with
And
it, then it's fine. Then it's fine.
It's fine,
then
but it's like
you're gonna that's what you're gonna do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're not
It depends
expecting like someone else come and understand that, but you're saying that's like.
Is it basically like the judgment? Basically,
Yeah, I just think the judgment is just wrong. I feel like people just pick and choose what
But
part of
then
Christianity.
People are gonna judge you anyway. No
Yeah,
matter what
regardless.
you do.
Yeah,
but
that
then-
one as
You're getting
you have to
judged.
firm it.
Yeah, but then even like church, like let's say we weren't leaders or anything like that, but even as like just Christians full stop. as a
Yeah, I
person,
think you put.
because I think a lot of the
leader
things
thing
that like
too
I
much.
try and I try and not even think.
No, I feel like
being a
if you
leader,
when you're a
whatever.
lead, but maybe because you're not. But you're saying I put the leader thing too much, but it's what I've experienced though.
Yeah, but
but
see,
see,
wait,
wait,
no, but there's certain
But I
places.
think-
As in,
yeah.
like, I'm not a leader, but I wouldn't want to be
Because
seen
you
there
just-
regardless,
because
just because
you're
I am a
yeah,
Christian
Christian.
and I present myself as.
But
a
I feel like
Christian.
it's
Do you get it?
how much you present
So-
yourself as well on social media. You would keep it
Yeah,
up anyway,
yeah,
but you
fair
have
enough.
to
No,
keep
but
it up.
that- even if I wasn't, because even like the 6 months I wasn't on social media, I still wasn't
Wouldn't
going these
doing-
places.
Yeah, yeah,
I do get you, honestly.
Like I think, yeah,
I think, but that's why I feel like it should be more the desire thing, because even been leading for how many
Yeah,
years, I
you're
think
good.
in my head, of course, I'm always conscious of how would one look as an example, but then I'm also conscious of like me as Kessie, do I like it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
does it make sense? So I think it's because not everyone watching is going to be a church leader. So they may
Yeah.
not even get it, but they just may
But
think
they
as a
still should be
Christian,
held like in
held
their
accountable.
heart.
Yeah,
they should
regardless,
be
be held
because
I am
accountable, yeah.
a Christian.
They might not be
So you get to
openly,
put-
but in
yeah.
their heart they should.
And I just think it's a desiring thing, because like I was even saying to my friends the other day, like before, I love a pina. Now I can have a pina, and honestly, I'm just like, ew, the pina is just not nice.
Oh, pina colada,
and it could
yeah.
just be like the slightest drop of like, I don't even know what alcohol they put in that, but it could be the
Yeah.
slightest thing of like,
Rum.
right. And now I could drink it, and it's just like,
She
and I
hates it.
think naturally, the deeper you go, like in Christ, or like as you're like sharpening yourself and spend more time with the Holy Spirit, like that's I think the biggest over the last.
It's true though, because I really
half of
don't
last year,
like. I
towards-
can't remember.
I'm
I
like,
barely
I
don't
didn't
drink
realize
much
like
and
I
whatever.
just don't desire
Desire
it
it.
as much.
No, it's
And it could
true.
be the smallest thing, like a cocktail, and you just desire it less. And I think it's, aside from being a leader, aside from being this, I think it's just you as a person, as you desire or get closer to the Holy Spirit, certain things you just won't really care to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, true. And I feel like naturally it has just happened.
Of course.
But I just don't like how there's like a swing on anything.
I know, but
literally
I
it's
think we can't-
anything.
I
It's your,
think-
it feels like your existence as a Christian. Like, do you know what I mean? That's how it generally feels.
Yeah, but
that's why I don't know.
But what do you mean, though?
I
As in,
wouldn't. I
like-
wouldn't really. That's why. Honestly, all hell to like people who are saying they're Christian influencers. I don't know if we're going to be classed as it. Like, I wouldn't.
No, I don't know.
I wouldn't
Like,
really
who gives them
actively.
the title?
I wouldn't
They or
actively.
someone
I
else?
wouldn't actively choose to do that.
What?
Like, actively choose to be a Christian influencer.
I don't think people wake up.
Yeah,
well,
no.
maybe they do.
They
I
don't
think
wake
people
up.
I
to say
wouldn't
I'm
even.
this. But I
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to be called a Christian
Yeah,
influencer
like,
as much as
no.
I post about my Christianity.
Yeah.
But I think that every single Christian is a Christian influencer because you're meant to be a disciple.
influence.
Oh, yeah,
You
I'm
get it?
talking about
you're-
the- I'm talking
like,
about-
I
you're
wouldn't give
like-
us all the title,
You're
but, like, I
literally
think,
meant
yeah,
to.
that's
Every
what-
you're meant to. When
No,
you go into the
100%
workplace, you're meant
normal.
to be an influencer. When you're
The
meant
job
to,
description,
so, like,
yes, but the title, no. I feel like we're all meant
What
to
do
be
you mean?
influenced, but I wouldn't.
My
Yeah,
mental
that's
is
what I mean,
influence.
though.
No, I'm talking about literally all they post on TikTok is literally
I
like
wouldn't
those kind
still even call them Christian influencers. I don't know who I would call a Christian influencer.
There's just no. They're just. I
feel
don't
like we're all
know
Christian.
a exact person. I don't know exact, but like sometimes I'll go on. I don't know what her name is. Her name is like Alexis something. Ada maybe.
I think that might just be
Alexis
their life.
Ada.
though.
But that's why I wouldn't label
Yeah.
them Christian influencers.
Oh, maybe
I
that's
think
just
that's
a
what
lie.
that is just their
And
life.
people have given
They're
them the label, yeah.
influencing, and then
Yeah, I literally find it hard
they're
to like
showing it.
label. Oh, you're a Christian influencer. I even hate the word influencers.
Yeah,
But
that's
can
another
you
thing.
try and re-explain that
I
point
thought-
you're trying to say?
I don't think she
Like,
has
it
it. Just leave her. I don't think she has it.
Yeah, no,
I
because
think I want to
want-
speak
no,
about the
because I
Spotify
want
rap
you to-
thing as well.
As in when I
Not
said,
about like what people can do in one place. Of course, they can do it anywhere.
Oh yeah, what
But
was the landing
no,
point?
as in my thing is you get penalized for anything. Like, it was just off the back of like, if I'm just, let's say I'm someone who's never gone out, and then one day you see me somewhere, then you're gonna hold me to that environment, but I could have gone there and done nothing. And it's just like people put so much stigmas
On the place.
on the actual place, but it's like you don't know that you can be in a place and not actually do anything. You can just go.
Do you know why I don't agree? Yeah, because let's take it extreme. Yeah, let's say you just went to a brothel for the sake of it. You just went to have a drink.
Yeah, that's extreme.
Yeah,
But it's true though.
You just went to. There are bars and brothels, and you just went there. Like, are you really going to turn
A
around?
brothel bar is a brothel like where people go.
No, brothel's like a prostitute
Oh, okay,
house
okay,
or
okay.
whatever.
It's a bar,
But like, I'm
oh.
sure there are brothels that have a bar, or I don't know.
Right, okay,
whatever.
sure.
You just went to take a selfie. I don't know. Like, let's just extreme case.
whatever.
Yeah,
It's true.
Extreme
I hear what you're
case.
saying.
No, literally.
Oh, I just went there to use the bathroom or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know that like people are gonna say like, what you doing there? It's a brothel. So just because you're doing the same thing somewhere else, places just have connotations attached to it, and it's sad. It's unfortunate because you can do shisha at home or you can do shisha in a bar, like whatever. But like, you have to be aware of how things look and how things come across.
Good example, because 2019 we went Afro Nation. What was 2019? I would have been like 2019 or 21, one of them.
I think it's 2019. You guys.
No, I went 2019 because I haven't gone since.
Yeah, it was 2019. That first one.
That was 5 years ago. So I would have been 21. I'd been 2021. The first one lit. Had a great time. My friends cool, but I got stick. I don't even know if in terms I was official leader, but still, like, for instance, like leaders, I got told off, rightly so, because it's like you may not be doing madnesses and like, but there was a lot of like bad stories or whatever that I didn't really hear or see them, because honestly we just went and we had a really, really fun time with the girls. But we got sick, like, because you're in an environment and like if someone talks about the environment, what are the things they're going to say about that thing? What are things they're going to say about like, oh, what happened there? And it's like, oh, but this person was there.
It boils down to your name and reputation.
It's just down to it's like you're now a part of that, even though you weren't, and you could have been doing like and since then I haven't gone because I heard it and I said, you know what, but I heard it
for anything, because if I went to
you can, but
if I went to the Dominican Republic tomorrow, people like
Abusola.
No, but it's true, because remember we went to Dubai.
Yeah, but
it's sick, like there was stick for that too. That's just you going on.
But that wasn't just going to Dubai though. You know, there was a specific thing. Like, come on.
No, but the specific thing wasn't during the time period.
If I went to Portugal tomorrow, that's different. I'm saying at the time I went to going to a party festival holiday.
Yeah, she actually went to. It's not just the country.
I know, like. So it's not just going to a holiday for holiday's sake and people like that. Even if I went to Portugal tomorrow and like the whole world decided to go to Portugal at that time, even September, Dubai, if I got that, but it's like we went for a function,
you went specifically for
that
thing,
thing, for this name.
Yeah.
And not to tarnish the name, because like I said, I did have fun.
Yeah.
But I can't be mad if like I'm getting told off because
you go into
I'm
that place.
in this place.
Yeah,
and like,
you
people
know
are
what?
looking at
That's
me
what it is. I think it does suck, to be honest. As in, like, it is annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
You can't, like, it is
I find
annoying.
it annoying.
Like,
even though I literally don't
get
be
it.
going, I find it annoying even for other people, because I'm not even going.
Like, it is annoying, but at the end of the day, it's just one of them things that you just have to suck it up.
Yeah,
like,
and I think I get
it's just
it.
not. I think that.
I'm not complaining about the getting.
No, I don't mean
No, it's
you
me.
specifically.
I said it.
I mean
Like,
just
in general,
everyone in
like, us
general,
Christians,
like Christianity in general.
I get it.
I think
it's annoying, but I think I get it. But I'm not getting the sense of like, I think there are times where like people
use it as a cop out for themselves, like to say that they can do stuff.
Put stick on others, but then when it's them,
don't even talk about that. If I start today,
that's when
that's
of course
wrong
it's not
point
nice
blank.
and it's not fair, because like we're saying at the end of the day we're all Christians. It's tough, but I try not to think about that, and I think it's true. But I have been placed in a set, like I will be expected to be judged or differently, even if you might not think it's fair. It's the reality.
Yeah, man.
And it's also even outside of Christianity. It's just like, if the Prime Minister does something, he had a party. We were all having parties in COVID.
During COVID,
like,
we were
all having parties, but he's done it, and it's like the maddest thing ever. So I think it's Christianity aside. It's just if you're in a place of like,
it's when you it's
position,
and
we're all all in place positions. Like
once you give yourself life to Christ,
once you say I'm an ambassador,
that's what I'm saying.
You're all accountable. So it's unfortunate. And like, of course, but I don't agree with like, oh, if somebody like is a Christian, as an influencer, they're showing their faith. They're showing like the good times, the bad times, and boldly, and not like, social media is so cruel. So to be able to come and do that,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know how they choose,
bro. Like to come and do that, like is bold, and then to get them torn down like the moment they do something, it's sad, because one, we're not lifting each other up, supporting each other.
Yeah, that's Sasha Elise thing. I could not. That Sasha Elise thing, for example, I could not read
because
comments.
we when we do our own and our own is in secret, then what?
Exactly.
And then it comes to life.
I literally couldn't look at any of her comments and stuff, because I thought I might start replying to people. I will start replying to you people now.
I believe that.
Yeah, no, because it was actually so it was so hurtful as well, because it's just like, where's the love in this?
It's not love, and it doesn't.
It doesn't come from a loving place.
Like everyone just needs to go back to the core. Like, what is love? Because if we did, like, when someone falls down, you'll still be able to love them, show them, like, oh, you know what, sis, you dropped.
You know, these are the things that push people away from Christianity.
Of course,
the condemnation that you get. Like
but that being said, though,
but the thing is, it's like,
it's the way.
Like in her,
no. Like, do you know what? I'm always watching some. Yeah, I was gonna say accountability. I was like,
self accountability.
Yeah, but the thing about
some documentary anyway about how like loads of young black men are turning towards Islam. Yeah, it's just like a trend.
No, they are.
It's just like a trend. It's real, and the reason why is because Islam is very regiment, and yes is yes and no is no. It's very stern. People actually, I feel like there's like a human like longing for like accountability and actually like to be told off and to be like put. And Christianity nowadays is so wishy-washy and you can do this.
It's true.
You can be love and da.
But then
and
I
it's
also
like,
feel like
we
they
fight
don't.
for that, but we actually do. It does need to be stronger.
Yeah, but then I feel like maybe I'm wrong because I'm not in Islam, but I don't feel like they tear each other down as much though.
I think
Like maybe I don't know. Like outwardly, like they wouldn't shame each other like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like they would do that because I know I've seen Muslims do certain stuff. I could not imagine their Muslim brother like outwardly posting on social media about it or like commenting or whatever.
No, I definitely
like what
agree.
happened to Sasha?
As a
I can't
friend,
imagine
they're
that
more-
being someone Muslim slaughtering her if she was a Muslim.
Yeah, but the thing
Like
is,
that.
I don't feel like we're really exposed to that.
Maybe, but the thing is,
No,
I'm not
I was
exposed
just
to it.
using Islam as an example of how like
I get
the
what you're
actual.
saying.
I meant the religion itself.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I
is
meant.
very yes
I didn't
or-
mean who's like yes or who's
Yeah.
like who's I don't know
Who's more mean?
who's more mean. Yeah, I didn't mean who's more mean. I just
Yeah.
meant as itself because what you're saying is basically like that. I don't know. I feel like nowadays
Yeah, what you
Christians
mean,
just don't
wishy-washy.
want to be reprimanded. They don't want to be rebuked. They don't want to. They just don't want to hear what they need to hear.
Yeah,
That's
the
what it
truth,
feels like
basically, yeah.
to me personally. Because I don't think I would be offended if like I'd
did
done
wrong
something wrong
and
and
you
someone
told
was
me
telling me
off.
I'd done
Yeah,
wrong. Like
Yeah,
if
I wouldn't be offended.
If I was away
I
and
know,
someone told
know,
me,
I'm sorry.
like yeah, I should have done
literally.
it. I know I should have done it before you even told me. I should
Yeah.
have
Literally,
done
like
it.
that Afro Nation example I gave is like I heard it, took it on the chest.
I think if you take offense and why are you judging me and why you're as long as like what the person's saying is from the Bible as well and it's like biblical, then if you take it offense, you just don't want to hear it personally because you don't want to hear it. In my opinion,
That's what I was gonna say with Sash. She's a good example because
She even owned it herself.
That's
She
the
said
thing, it's the
before. That's why my
accountability.
thing was
Yeah, yeah.
annoying.
it's
That's
the
why it was annoying
accountability.
for
I think
me.
when the person already can see that, like, they know not to excuse them, but like they know that okay, cool, I messed up a bit.
Yeah.
Not messed up to say that, like, but like, oh, I've done this in whatever, and like, why are you coming to add on top of it?
do you know what? Yeah,
They already
linking
know.
it back to an old episode about the celebrity, whatever. I think people that are commenting have like disconnected that she's just human as well.
Yes,
and that's
yeah.
what their friends are doing worse stuff, and they're not commenting under their friends' posts.
They
But
are even.
they're doing worse
Yeah,
stuff. But I
yeah.
think like they've just disconnect. Like it's so
Yeah.
easy to troll on the internet
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like disconnect.
Hide behind
They're
the
actually-
human.
Yeah,
You forget that
they
people
forget
are
they're
literally
human. Yeah.
just like you and I begging and asking God for mercy and forgiveness every single
Every
day.
day.
Like
Yeah.
they're just like it. They're just more bold about it. Because that's what I'm saying. Like everyone says all the time, but like if you come to open the skeletons.
Skeletons.
Wow.
You know what I love?
Skeletons.
You know how if I was on the 90s baby show right now, they would
You have a helmet. Yeah. We need to do
You
something.
have
Yeah,
the helmet
yeah, yeah.
and then some.
I would have the helmet
Because-
every week.
Yeah.
Because it's always
Helmet.
sounding.
The helmet would start here.
It would just,
Yeah.
I'll just hold it
Just-
on my lap.
Well, when it starts, we'll just put it next to
Just give
Kirsty.
me the helmet. It's all the time. Like, why am I fighting my words?
Hey,
I'm always chopping my words. But yeah, but then at the same time, I say that lightly because I don't want it to be a thing of like, oh, we all make mistakes, so why are you judging her? Take the wood out your own. What's it? Speck out your own.
Aye.
Where's the helmet? No, where is the helmet? It's me getting the speck and the wood mixed up, like before looking at the
Yeah,
the
like
one
basically,
else's,
don't take a
the
speck out of someone's eye when there's like a log
a
in
plank
your
in your
Yeah.
own eye. But at the same time, I say that carefully because it doesn't mean you shouldn't hold each other accountable, like you're
Yes,
saying.
it's the
so I
way-
think we
it
like to
goes
throw
back to
the
the
yeah,
love.
but
No, but I
like
think
you've
it's
got a
the
log in your
execution
eye,
of the
you've got a
accountability.
this. No, but there've been times where I've literally said to someone, like, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing X, Y, Z." By the way, nothing I'm doing personally, but like,
But you're
I
saying
can
it
still-
to them, Kirsty. You're not like reprimand. Like you're not.
Oh no, hold on.
Oh, go
Even,
on.
even still saying it. Yeah, but like you like I'm allowed. It was like whoa, like hold on a minute. I was just saying something out of love,
yeah.
girl. Like I
Yeah,
was
but
just
you're saying
something
it to
out of
them.
love.
I'm saying it like when it's like it's a topic of conversation to everyone else, and then it's getting back to you from someone. Like as you're saying
yeah,
on
yeah,
social
yeah.
media. Like do you
Yeah.
get what I mean? That's your stuff is in love. You're saying it direct. That's
But
not
even
an
when you
issue.
say something in love, people don't like it.
Oh yeah, no. Regardless,
Yeah.
they're just not gonna like it. But then that goes back to Saunch Sport. They just
People
don't
don't
want
like
to
to
hear
be
it.
corrected. Yeah,
They just don't like
And I
to
feel
be
like that's
corrected.
because we know something's wrong.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Sometimes
think?
like you don't want to hear it again though. Some people they've probably heard
They
it.
know.
They've heard it.
Or
That's the
also
thing.
they know and they're trying and they know it's wrong. But
It's like how
they're
many-
Just,
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
just.
I was gonna say, what do you guys think though about like being able to tell somebody something if you're still struggling with it yourself? Do you think that's allowed? Because like from what I'm
Oh, actually, I think I was gonna
gauging,
say.
it kind of sounds like, well, you guys are struggling with yourself, so you shouldn't be telling me. So let's say, for example, if I like was like an excessive. I don't know. I was constantly having sex before marriage, yeah. And then like I don't know. I saw that you done it. And I was like, oh Lex, you know you shouldn't be doing that. But can I say that if I'm still doing it?
No, but I think you would say it as in like we're both struggling with this right
Yeah,
now. But
I think
I'm just gonna hold you
yeah.
accountable.
Yeah.
You just have to put your hand just so that they can't even say
Yeah.
back to you.
Yeah.
You're doing it because you're saying that you know it's wrong.
Because I think I've been in a situation like that, and it'll be like, oh girl, like I know it's hard. Even like and then you tell them how you're trying to get over it and things that help you kind of overcome it. It can be the smallest thing.
I think that's that's a proper message, to everyone,
Yeah.
because I think people are scared to, and then the way this convo was even like sounding like in the beginning, people then become scared to like rebuke their friend or to say to their friend, oh, you
Because
shouldn't be
they might
doing
be
this,
doing
because they're doing it themselves, or they don't want to seem like they're judgy, or they don't want to seem like they're pushing their conviction onto other people. These times you're just trying to advise your friend.
Yeah, and I think also maybe sharing your story, but it depends on. That's what I'm saying. Like when
Depends
it
on
comes
the
to the
story,
public, I don't really have time to be commenting on anyone's thing because I don't really know you personally. But like if it was my friends, maybe share something you're struggling with. If it was like if you saw something was bad, I almost got the helmet again. If you saw something was bad in someone else, maybe you might not be struggling with the same thing, but you know.
Yeah.
You said you got the helmet. You even have one.
Yeah.
Hey, the night
the
Invincible.
what's it?
Whatever it is,
just
yeah.
something. If you're not struggling with the same thing, but it could be something, anything, maybe just
Even
being
if it's
more
something you
transparent.
used to,
yeah,
yeah,
something you used to,
just-
just being more transparent with it, I guess, will help because, yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
But I think that's another one. Like people are like, oh, can I really say something? If like,
I know we kind of touched on it last week, but I was listening to something again. The whole Spotify Wrapped thing. Like, do you guys think it's completely mad if a Christian has no gospel on their
mad.
Spotify Wrapped?
I think it's mad. I think it's ridiculous. I'm very much against it.
she
I
lied.
just
Are you
She
lying?
means she didn't hear the question properly.
Did you hear it? Because didn't you?
No. She's saying
Because-
she thinks it's mad for people to like say that it's mad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, because,
Really?
Yeah, because my Spotify Wrapped had no gospel music on it, but I listen to gospel near enough every single day.
And
Now,
how's
what
So
is-
then how's that possible?
Just to listen to on Spotify. So like my Spotify is not a representation of everything I listen to. As
Of
in when
course, but
I listen to gospel music, I normally listen
On
to it on
YouTube.
YouTube. Or I watch a lot of the things I watch. I'm actually watching like sermons, and I'm watching the praise and worship section of that. Like Spotify.
Okay, Buss, I hear you, but then I don't hear you.
Yeah, I don't.
Because it's like even if you're mainly listening to it on YouTube, yeah, how is there
Not translated to Spotify.
Yeah,
No,
no,
the thing is-
but how is there none at all gospel? Like no song, like
But
not
the
even
thing
one
is-
song.
But Lex, remember Spotify is like your top 5. So let's say, for example, she is
No, but you
listening
can even
to.
go through
But
a
I
list.
am. But I'd listen to Spotify. I listen to.
Okay, let's
gospel
say
on
the top
Spotify.
songs of 2024 at least.
Yeah, but my
It's not in there.
top
It's
top
not in
song
there.
of 2024 was one song that I started listening to in September.
Not one song. Obviously, it's only 5, but
no, as in my top song, I started
Yeah, and you
listening to that
probably
song
listen to that
in
every day.
September, and yeah, I listen to it every day. But I also listen to gospel every day. But I don't listen to both of them.
That's
people
not
on the same
possible though.
platform.
Like, as in, if you listen to
No,
them
but
both
my
every day,
my Spotify Wrapped wasn't a representation of all the music I
No, a
listened
lot
to
of people
this year.
did say that. To be fair,
no, it's definitely not completely. But I don't know how there's completely none in my
no,
head.
I think. What in your top 2024 is that
I didn't look that far. Like I don't really care about things
That
like
was
Spotify Wrapped.
double concern? Like, you know, you got the top 5. Then
'Cause
you
you
got
they give you a
all
playlist
your-
of your
I
top
didn't see.
20.
You can have, I think, you can have like
They
all your
changed it,
songs
man.
on 2024. I think every year.
Oh, I didn't see
think
that.
2020,
I
they've been
didn't
showing
see
me
that.
like
I only
the
looked
most
at my
songs,
top 5.
all the songs you listen to in a year, like your most faves. So
Yeah,
you know
I do
what,
have
this
that.
is so like personal how like different we think, because like mine, I only had 2 out of 5 artists or 3 out of 5
Yeah, that's
artists.
artists.
I know, but I actually felt bad, and that's what's mad is I looked at myself and I thought, Ross, aren't you like your top artist wasn't like like the top. I actually felt
No,
bad.
literally, yeah,
So
yeah. And then
it's mad.
someone wouldn't even think, oh,
Yeah,
top one.
yeah, it's so
no,
mad
literally
that
same. I was like,
someone
oh, but why
would
was
be
he
the
in there though?
opposite,
Like,
yeah.
even though these are here, why was he in there though? Like, I was like, no.
Like genuinely, even
Yeah.
my songs, I think only 3 or 2 were gospel songs, and I thought
You still felt like, yeah, but it should have been
So it's
five.
mad that some people are
You know what
okay
you
with
mean?
none.
But then the thing is, in my head, it's just like
Anyways.
when you see. But then we was having a conversation and we were saying like my other than gospel artists as my 3, the 2 people that I had was Friday and Thames.
Yeah.
And then in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
head,
yeah.
Friday, I'm not saying he's a completely only gospel artist, but he makes reference to God and he's very clear that God is the reason why he's there. And I feel like that's also why I like him and I like his music. And then Thames, bare of her music, Me and You is not about no boyfriend and girlfriend, by the way. She said it's about her and God. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like, well, that's what she said. Maybe it's wrong. No, but it can't be wrong because she's wrote the song. But
said it.
I feel like it also it depends
Be there.
on the other artist as well. So as much as you like, you're
No,
saying
don't
some
get
of
me wrong. I wasn't like
oh my
putting
god,
myself
that was
on
just
the,
like a,
on the-
like, yeah.
on the like cross, but I did think to myself, it's just now I'm thinking, raw, like it's crazy that people will find with none. Yeah.
yeah, and
No,
go
but
on,
then
go on.
why,
Like, as in,
why,
it's
why do
fine that
we
you
hold
were
so
fine
much
with
to things
none.
like Spotify? Like,
No, it's not just
not-
Spotify, but it's
no,
like
it's
what you're taking in is what comes out.
Because that's naturally going to
not
be.
really, because I listen to Little Dirt, but I didn't go on the road and start saying, "Oh, I'm from Chirac
I
and I'm
know.
from
All right,
60."
can I ask a question? Only I'm only asking
Yeah,
it to
you
you,
can.
well, to
Yeah.
everyone, but because you're saying.
And I'll answer.
So naturally, I feel like what you listen to on YouTube will translate to Spotify. Because
Really? Why?
well, I was
Because there's
getting
a,
there, babe. It's just
She's like, the fact is,
naturally, because I on Spotify would have been like my gospels, my Afrobeats, my guilty pleasures, my throwbacks, everything like on there. But then YouTube is naturally going to be mainly, as well as Spotify, my gospels, the chants, the prayers, the worship
yeah, but then
instrumentals.
you're forgetting that what you're saying is specific to you. Do you get it? Yeah, land, please
So
land
naturally,
explain.
it's going to translate because what I'm listening to on one platform, it's not about the platform. It's about what I want to listen to today. There are gospel songs on Spotify. So if I listen to Spotify, gospel or like instruments on YouTube, if I go and open the Spotify app, it's not because this is a green app, this is a red app. I'm not going to listen to gospel on this app.
and it's like, but
That's
you're
what
only
I
listening
want
to.
to say.
Wait, listen though. So it's like, are you only listening to gospel at home? So like when you're walking on the street, it's not. It's
Why
like
can't I listen to YouTube on the street?
Do you listen
I
to YouTube
actually
on the
do.
street?
Like,
no, but then
on the way here,
no,
I
but the
use
thing
YouTube
is,
to say about
and this is what
I
I mean.
use
Not that
YouTube
you
because my
see.
Spotify's
This is
acting
like
up.
I think this is not to say you guys are doing this, but this is what I would see as that outwardly projecting, because everything that we do is specific to us. I don't have no business proving to Spotify that I listen to gospel.
no, I know.
No, but the thing is, and like I said, I listen to like worship. I'm watching
How do you
sermons.
Yeah, the
and I'm
sermon
watching
side of
Sermons is different
and I'm
though.
watching
We're talking
that,
sermons
and I'm
and music is
watching like
different.
the praise and worship of sermons, because that's
Oh,
what
I
I
hear it.
resonate more to.
I
And
hear
I'm
that.
not finding that on Spotify. It's not to say there's no. If you look at my top 20, there's no way that there's no gospel on there. I listen to gospel music on Spotify,
Yeah,
but
fair enough.
it's not my main platform for me. And that's
Now listen,
me.
when I was listening to the podcast that I was listening to, the guy who it was happening, like I think he maybe had one, and he just said it made him realize how he just should listen to it more. If you get what I mean, like, that was the only. Like, he just put his hand up. There's nothing wrong with not having it.
I think it's the reflection that you don't see it like.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
but
rah.
then the thing, this is.
Like, it's not
It's like
saying
it's like
Because like
it's
you
then
said,
it's
we
like-
all had
then
non-gospel
it's like
Yeah, I
you're
had.
too. Yeah.
Please,
but
I
it's
love
like
my
you're
R&B
using-
bad. Like even too
No,
much.
but it's like you're using something that is just out of there as a representation of me. No, it's not, because I know how much of gospel I listen to on a day-to-day
But the
basis,
thing is,
and I
it
probably
is
listen
a
to-
representation of you because it's
It's not.
literally your 2024 wrap up.
Yeah,
So
but
it
that,
is a
my
representation
wrap up
of
was
you.
not accurate, because some of the things I saw on there was like I haven't even listened to like any of these things. In
No, but the
that
thing
sort
is,
of capacity.
Bruce, you don't remember
Yeah,
every
but
song that you listen to
trust
every
me,
single
I
day.
listen to the same things on repeat, which is why my Spotify rap
Tell me what you listened to February 23rd.
Little Dirk when we shoot. That's what I listen to, and I promise you, in February I probably banged out Rema because I think I went to the concert, and it was definitely Little Dirk and Little Baby. I listen to the same
I
artist
think-
on repeat all the time.
We can,
And
all,
I
we
don't-
can agree to
And I
disagree.
don't. No,
but-
I'm not disagreeing with anybody. I'm telling you my truth.
You are.
You are disagreeing with us. It's okay,
No,
but it's
to
fine.
me, to me, Spotify is like it's a thing. It's a thing.
Like, it
that I
could
don't
be
care
okay.
about.
It could have small errors to it,
I
but
think
it
we're
is a
looking
reflection.
I think
though.
we're looking too much at what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what.
Anyways,
that's
I know myself. I
Because let's
listen,
say, for instance, YouTube was the only app of music. Okay, good example. Let's say YouTube was the only app that there
Avenue,
was.
yeah.
Avenue.
Yeah.
That's that. Let's say YouTube was the only one.
App did work too.
Oh, I didn't even do. She said that.
Let's say YouTube was the only one. So now that's what we listen to all our music.
Wait,
There's
YouTube
no-
does rap now. You need to sign up. We need to see for next year. I
wanna
just tweet
see
it. Does it? It does it.
Let's say
It does it.
let's say that
You
there
ain't
was-
getting out of this one.
No,
let's say there was no Spotify here, YouTube. Spotify is easier. There's no adverts. There's all these things. Let's say YouTube was the only platform. I think the point is we should say is like let's say what we listen to, what goes in is what will come up. We don't realize it. No one's saying you're going down the street swearing, darling.
no, but I consume gospel more than I consume any other type of music. But I know that's why it's not. I don't need Spotify to tell me that.
no, I hear it, but it's just
what
like
I'm saying.
I hear that, but then in my head it's just like, why is it not showing?
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing.
because the thing in my journey,
She's saying that it's
She
only
differentiates
YouTube.
it, yeah,
So,
she
yeah.
differentiates it.
If
my
it's- yeah.
journey. The thing is about how I literally live my life. I like to think I'm unapologetically myself. I don't care
Yeah.
about the things of this world to show. Like, I don't need Spotify to show you that I listen to gospel. If I
No,
know
of
what
course.
I'm doing, I don't need to show to anyone else that I don't need this to be the indicator to show you that this is lacking here.
But remember, my question was, do you think
yeah.
the person should feel some type of
And
way?
let's not
I don't think
Not just you, in general.
My answer
when we
to
come
your
to stuff,
question,
we
okay.
try to protect ourselves. I think let's take away
No,
from
but
you.
then-
Just in
No,
general.
but then
Consciously,
in
we wanna
general,
protect ourselves.
I see when it comes to Christianity, I don't speak on other
I think this
things.
is not a good question, actually.
I only speak on myself only because I know my
really go from
journey
yourself,
and I
yeah.
only understand. I'm like, you guys may not even understand how I'm doing my journey. Like it's,
Yeah.
it's very
Maybe
much,
no one would, yeah.
very much tailored to me. So it's like when I see things like Spotify, and because in my head, Spotify's not like it's a material thing, but to me it's a material thing. Like it's just Spotify. It's an app. Like it's not a representation of like my.
That's what we're trying to say. It doesn't get it from the air.
It gets it from what I listen to. Yeah,
But then
it's-
even the things. Okay, let's say gospel side. Even the things in your rap. Let's say the top. I don't even know what the top 5 are. But like, can you look at that and be like,
I'm listening.
this was my vibe.
Yeah, Fuji vibes, yeah. It's Fuji music. It's Nigerian. It's my culture. Listen to it. I'll listen to it every day for the rest of my life if I really want to be honest. That helped me. It's just a song that I heard on holiday, and
I think it also goes back to the closer you are to the spirit, some things you will less
That's what I
as
was
well.
saying last week.
Yeah, but then my
Also-
conviction hasn't come through for me to like.
Yeah, maybe it hasn't
No,
come.
but
Yeah,
this
that's
is
true.
the whole thing about conviction again, because it's like, because there was a point where you said that like this is a good example of like us three putting our projection of what we think about music onto you.
But I listen
But
to
like but sometimes
listen
the
to
project, well, not the projection, but sometimes like, let's say for example in this situation, what us three are saying, is there anything wrong with us saying that a Christian should be listening to mainly gospel music?
No, I think it's an opinion.
Yeah, but then there's nothing wrong, because you would take it as us projecting it onto you, but we're not. We're telling you what is actually right.
Oh, got you.
No, but the thing about music here is compared to actually like I don't know secular music. I probably listen to music less than anyone in this room.
Yeah,
Genuinely, like I
So,
genuinely,
but what's the point? Like
as in,
so what does that mean?
so let me land.
okay, yeah. I was so confused.
So you know what she means? Get like straight to the point.
Yeah.
I like to paint a picture before I get to the last. I think my whole point is that music doesn't mean, and when I say music, as in I'm talking about secular music, because I see gospel music as it's more of like a way of life as opposed to like secular music, which is this music that I hear. I don't really take in secular music. Like when I listen to things, I can listen to a song and literally just off it and not listen to music for like another week.
Okay,
But then it
please
goes
let me
back
say
to-
what I have to
Yeah,
say.
go on.
So like, so that's why you think that our opinion on secular music is our personal conviction, but I don't think it's our personal conviction. I actually think that music,
But
secular
where does
music
it
is just wrong.
not
Like
good,
it's just
yeah.
not good. It's just
But where
not good.
does
That's
it-
not a
but where
personal
does it say
conviction.
that it's not
Because
good?
even
Because it's not
we,
of God, and there's no grey area. It's either of the devil or it's of Jesus.
and the
It's
thing is,
not
all of
gospel
us,
music.
all of
Yeah,
us
there's no
also
in between.
listen to it. So it's not like we're
Yeah,
saying
we're not saying
we're not
yeah.
projecting it, but that's why it's like
I
the
think
amount.
it's the volume.
Yeah, that's
if
why.
anything.
My initial question was like, do you think it like people should feel some type of way if there's no gospel
At
artists?
least what? She
Yeah,
didn't say the
okay.
whole thing. She
Your
even said at least
answer,
one.
the answer to your question is no. I don't think that people should feel bad. That's just my
Maybe
opinion.
not bad, but I feel like they should reflect and look at it
Yeah,
and
I
think
think
about
so.
what they're taking in more than other things. I think it's very important.
Yeah.
And I'm not, and please, me, I love music, all
Yeah,
different types of
same.
music. I'm also Caribbean, and unfortunately, our music is not always the best. So I'm not saying,
Even though I will never be.
yeah, our music is not always the best. Sometimes it's geography, it's all these kind of things.
Yeah.
But like, no matter what, it's gonna be gospel more because that's what is feeding my spirit more. That's what just aligns with me more.
Glorifies God
And the thing is,
as
of course,
well.
worship is not always. Sometimes people find worship boring. That's why there's all these different type of other R&B,
Yeah.
gospel, this, that. Do you get what I mean? So, I don't feel like they should feel bad and they should feel condemned or this and that. But I feel like it's just
It should
an
just be
overall
more of a
a
reflection
reflection
thing,
of
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
what is coming in, and it's the same like. Yeah, I just think it's a reflection of what's coming in, and then because whatever's coming in, obviously will come out. I generally don't believe in. Oh, I listen to music and nothing happens to me. I don't
Yeah,
believe
you know what it
that.
is? I think
Like,
you
I just
can't-
don't believe that.
You
I
can't say.
believe that.
You
I
can't
don't
say,
believe
wait,
that.
wait. You know what it is? Yeah.
believe
That's
that.
You
impossible.
can't say
behind
that,
everything.
That's
gospel,
impossible.
That gospel makes you feel happy, but secular does nothing.
Nothing.
No, you just can't.
Gospel gives me peace, but secular does nothing.
No,
You don't.
yeah.
You know what it is?
You
It's so
can't.
dangerous. We don't
One
even-
can't do
we
one
don't
and then the
see-
other doesn't
we don't
do
see the
nothing. That's
spiritual-
impossible.
Spiritual implications. I was gonna say as well, yeah.
We need a whole separate topic
Yeah,
on
I think,
music.
yeah. I was gonna say,
Because it's also something that we're all. It's not like we've all stopped.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, honestly, I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to stop. Like, because I generally love, like, for example, especially R&B. I love it
That's it.
so
Sorry.
much. But go on, Kirs.
yeah, I was gonna say, probably will take like the last few comments, but like, I think
even
if
be
someone,
lost.
let's say there are Christians out there on a journey to get to know Christ, actually they're trying to get closer to God, they cannot look at me in my face and tell me I'm okay with the fact that there was not even a one single gospel or like Christ-like song on there. 'Cause I think if you're on that journey, you should want to do things that get closer to God, that make you get closer to God. Because even you see people, of course, we may say it's projection, but that share their Spotify raps from like 2023 that may have been like a full list of like secular, non-godly kind of music.
And they felt proud.
Then 2024 was gospel and godly.
Well, a bit more.
And then
the change.
and then they felt proud by it, and like it's not like no one asked them to put it on. You can be like, oh, that's your journey, you're happy, but then I guarantee anyone in that position would feel so happy. Anyone that felt like the 2023 was straight, but then 2024.
If that's your journey, you should be happy.
Yeah, of course. I feel like maybe just everyone on different journeys. Because I think, let's say this was 5-10 years down the line, I feel like maybe your opinion would be different. I do.
Yeah, and I feel like you would say, guys, it's all gospel. Trust me. If we didn't have this conversation, I feel
trust me.
That's fine.
Rest assured.
Okay, that's fine.
My opinion on this
That's honestly fine.
Fair enough, though.
But I
That's
think
not
that's
good,
all.
but-
But then I also
but I
think it
don't
goes
hold
back
anything
to
to-
not one. It's the whole like I don't want anyone to say like I can't do this or I'm not perfect. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
It's the whole I'm not perfect, and I think that's where it comes back to because
Is it
let's
for
say my
me?
whole whoever like says
Just
that. So yeah, you
anyone.
saying that opinion, same like yeah. But let's say I like had like straight da 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 da, da and I felt like oh, but it's fine. I feel like that's just me being like yeah, well, because it's just. It can almost come across as proud.
That was
you know?
my point of Bible Babes and
Yeah.
Bants. He put his hands up and he was like, I even got married this year. So it should have been more. But the way I was busy and then I just wasn't looking in as much.
I just think it's a journey.
Yeah, it's a
thing.
journey. Like, I doubt it. But mine next year could end up not even being as much gospel. That's like,
It could.
I don't know.
Yeah,
doesn't
I know
it?
what you mean.
But you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just think Spotify is just one platform. Like it's just not a represent. It doesn't represent anything for me personally. But
I think we're going to leave it there.
yeah,
It doesn't represent anything apart from what you listen to.
yeah.
Yeah.
No random
I'm
question.
done.
No. Yeah, no. Oh, you don't want. Yeah, we
Oh,
can do
was it quick?
No,
'Cause
we're
we're
out of
No,
time.
I feel like we
We're
have to
out
out of time.
We're
Anyway,
so out of time. So
Yeah.
where can they find us this week?
where can they find
On
us?
Spotify, on YouTube.
Spotify, it don't matter.
Spotify, they don't matter though. Yeah, because when we get our raps, it's not a representation. Sorry.
We're actually filling her legs.
Sorry.
Go.
Maybe, I don't know, whatever. You can find us on YouTube, on Spotify, on Instagram, and on TikTok.
Her.
Flatmates Pod.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Catch you next
guys.
episode.
My